Hey y'all, it's Rick with Responder Support Services, and today I wanted to report on the heavy physical toll that prolonged stress can have on us. In particular, the relationship between prolonged stress and stroke. And yeah, there's a link. And multiple studies confirm that link and also confirm that chronic prolonged stress increases our risk for stroke both directly and indirectly. First, pay attention that stroke hits 700,000 Americans each year. And one study on the direct link between stress events and stroke found one particular hormone that's released following an acute stressor. That hormone was directly linked to stroke or heart attack. But the stroke itself showed up days or weeks after the stress event, not always on the same day. Indirectly, studies show what we already know. Prolonged stress increases cortisol, and the research on stroke shows that cortisol is the mechanism behind increased cholesterol. Prolonged stress also prolongs the fight or flight response, and here's where adrenaline comes in. Adrenaline is shown to activate triglycerides that raise our bad LDL cholesterol. And most of the studies I looked at confirm the connection between increased stress and the increase in LDL cholesterol. Add to that, stress increases our blood pressure. Higher blood pressure plus higher LDL cholesterol means higher risk for stroke. In another study I looked at, it examined the relationship between stroke and working long hours. And working excessively long hours was a huge risk factor for stroke in this study. And of the 200 individuals who died in this study from stroke, over 60% of them worked excessively long hours and worked on their days off. Now, the science on this one showed that the prolonged dysfunctional stress response due to overwork and high job stress caused a stroke through platelet activation that resulted in a hypercoagulable state. That means the stress caused the clot that caused the stroke. Most of the studies also touched on how stress leads to bad habits, such as bad eating habits, which lead to higher body weight. Both are risk factors, right? Our mind isn't our friend. And under the circumstances of prolonged stress events like COVID, these factors sneak up on us and we don't notice them. It's kind of like boiling a frog. We adapt to where the high stress loads feel ordinary. Now, this hit me personally back on January 26th of this year when I had a stroke. And lucky for me, it was a mini stroke, a TIA. I have zero risk factors. No family history. I never smoked. I drink zero alcohol. I've been walking around believing I was on top of my resilience. I'm the resilience guy. I foolishly felt I was Billy Badass and the poster boy for crystal clear arteries. The docs found that my carotid artery was blocked. I didn't and couldn't notice what stress was doing to me, and the docs said it was caused by stress. I also didn't notice I was slowly lapsing on my self-care. The only thing I was doing was exercise. And so I was eating poorly and not hydrating enough, not doing my relaxation or mindfulness exercise. I was working way too much. So don't be like me, believing it won't happen to you. It can happen to you. You won't always see it or feel it. It's going to sneak up on you. Check in with yourself and make sure your self-care regimen is well-rounded. Don't put all your resilience eggs in one basket like I did. Refer back through this video series for helpful ideas. And when in doubt, reach out to a doctor or a clinician for some assistance. Don't wait until after something happens to check in on yourself. And always feel free to call us at Responder Support Services, 828-333-5708, or find us on the web at respondersupport.com. Thanks.